In this video, I will be going to generate API key in OpenAI website, and then I will be going to use this API key in my Visual Studio. And second thing which I will be going to do is install the requirements which are required for my practical. So first I will explain you quickly what is API. API means Application Programming Interface. And what is the purpose of API? API helps in communicating one application with another application. So for example, here I have one application which is Visual Studio Code, and there is another application which is OpenAI's LLM model. So in Visual Studio Code, I want to access this LLM. So how this Visual Studio Code can communicate with LLM? For that, under OpenAI, I have to generate one API key. This API key, I will use it in my Visual Studio Code. So the API key which I have generated here, that API key I will be going to use it. Because OpenAI is paid, so you have to pay money for this. Only then you can use this API key. So $5 are sufficient for this course. So you just pay $5 to OpenAI website. Then you see you can use this API keys into your Visual Studio Code. Once you include the API into your Visual Studio Code, then using Python programming, I will call this LLMs. I will call these LLMs using my Python programming inside my Visual Studio Code. So here you see one application which is Visual Studio Code is communicating with another application which is OpenAI's LLM. So this is what API is. So now I will be going to explain you how to generate the API key. But before generating the API key, let me show you one folder. In my D drive, I have one folder which is called LangChain AI, and right now it has some requirements. These are some requirements which I will be going to install in this video. So I will share you these requirements. So now what I will do, I will open this folder inside the Visual Studio Code. So I will go to start and type Visual Studio Code. Here I click on this Visual Studio Code. After that I will go to file, open folder. I will go to D drive, and under D drive I will open LangChain AI, and I select this folder. So you see this LangChain AI is opened, and this is my requirement.txt. Now under this, what I will do, I will create one more file, and the name of the file will be .env. And under this file, I will be going to add my API key of OpenAI. So what I will do, I will write here OpenAI underscore API key is equal to double quotes. Now within these double quotes, I will be going to add the API key which I will be going to generate in OpenAI website. So now what I will do, I will go to OpenAI website. So I go to Google, and here I will be going to type platform Open API key. So when I click on this Open API key, I click on this link. So it has taken me to platform.com API key. You have to make a login account here because I already have. So it has directly taken me to this account. Then you have to click on create a new secret key. And here you can give a name like class demo here, and just make sure you give all permissions and create a secret key, and copy this key and click on done. Now the key which you have copied, you go back to your Visual Studio, and you see you have to paste it in here within the double quotes. And don't share this key because this is a paid key. If somebody use your key, the money will be deducted from your account. So I show you the billing session also. So here if you type platform open API, and after that you type billing here, OpenAI API platform billing. So if you click on here and you click on your account billing. So you see, so it is showing your credit balance. So right now the credit balance which I have is $4.97. So that is sufficient for my practicals at the moment, because minimum amount you have to pay is $5. So if you want to access the models of OpenAI, then you have to pay to them. So you see, I have completed the step number 1 where I generated the API keys in OpenAI and use it in my Visual Studio Code by creating a .env file. Into that I pasted that key. And the second thing is you have to install the requirements needed for the practicals. Now these are some of the libraries which you need to install, like LangChain related libraries, OpenAI related libraries, HuggingFace related libraries, and so on. Okay, so now how to install? First you have to open the terminal. So how you will be going to open the terminal? You need to go to view and you need to go to terminal. After going to the terminal, you have to type here pip install -r requirements.txt and hit enter. Because I have already installed it, so I am not going to install it again. So you see, this is a requirements.txt file. Okay, into that all these requirements are there. So you have to install all these libraries into your Visual Studio Code, and after that you will be able to perform the practicals.